Good afternoon, everyone. It is Friday. Today is creating challenge number 7, which is focused on celebrating you as a creator. And so with these creating challenges, I want to throw a reminder again to celebrate Kiwi Lane's 12th birthday. We are doing 12 days of creating challenges. And so today is day 7, and we encourage you to check out the description of this event. In there will be a link where you can post your creations in a chance to win some prizes. But today for our creating challenge, we have co-founder of Kiwi Lane, Debbie. Say hi, Debbie.
Hi, everyone. How are you?
And she's going to kick us off with a presentation today. Let's see, make sure you drop a comment, tell us how you're doing, what you're doing on this Friday, where you're from, so we can see comments come through. Hi, Sharon. Sharon, you're always like the first one to comment. Like every time I do this live, Sharon is always on it, and I appreciate it so much. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Jenny. Oh, good. You guys rock. Okay, so we're gonna have Debbie share for the Crafting Today Creating Challenge number 7. Make sure you look for the link in the description of this event so you can participate. And also I'll post a link in the comments to the 12th birthday landing page. Also, real quick, if you notice, Debbie is wearing her teal I'm a Creator shirt. We are doing a pre-sale on these t-shirts. Excuse me. So I will drop the link in the bio so you guys can, or a link in the description so you guys can shop. All right, Debbie, you got it?
I got it. I see the comments and everything. So thank you so much for getting me up and running, Sonia.
You're welcome. All right, have fun.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. It's nice to see everybody. There, I can see me. And I can see your comments on my phone, so we've got this going. Let's see, we've got quite a few people showing up, so we'll give them just a minute. Hello from Minnesota, from Sacramento, Kansas, Texas, Karen Frank. I'm in Texas too, so we're both there today. It's a nice day here in Texas today. Michigan, Missouri, that's where I was born, so happy to have you here today. Wyoming, Oregon, that's where my son lives right now. Corpus Christi, Texas. Hi, Laura. We're so happy that you're hopping in to celebrate with us Kiwi Lane's 12th birthday. And I'm really happy to be able to participate in this. Kiwi Lane's been near and dear to my heart for 12 years now, so it's been a big part of my life. And, you know, I have to admit, I'm more comfortable being behind the camera than in front of it throughout my life. So when Susan asked me to do this challenge, which is number 7 in our dozen days for a dozen years celebration, I hesitated at first because I had to think how many layouts or anything that really had me as the focus. I have a big family, so pictures are usually taken during, you know, family events or get-togethers or just when we're hanging out together. And most of the pictures I'm in are family pictures or family and friends enjoying whatever they're doing or whatever we're doing. And of course, these days, my kids love selfies. And so whenever I'm near one of them, it seems they pull out a camera and take a selfie. It used to bother me. I'm like, wait, no, I have to fix my hair. Wait, I have no makeup on. I've just got my hair yanked back. And now I just smile and let it go. It's just so prevalent now. And Kiwi really has broken me of the, I don't really want to have a picture taken of me feelings in my heart because at Kiwi, we take a lot of pictures. And so I just have to go with the flow. So I was able to find a few layouts that had me in it. And not only with Kiwi, and I'll share some of those with you, but with other things, family members and so on. The purpose of this challenge is to create something, a project that spotlights you, yourself. So me, we're going to look at my things today. A lot of times I think we take pictures of others and don't always include ourselves. But these days, everything, everything is posted or put up or saved on a phone, it seems like. So, but as I get older, and I am getting older, then I find those family pictures and more precious, and it's important that I'm in them too. So I encourage you to maybe take part in this challenge and make sure that you've got some layouts that celebrate you. I'm going to share with you some layouts that will help you get to know a little bit more about me. And I just went through my bed behind me. I have this half of the room is my Kiwi office, that half is my bedroom, but I have a closet here, and I pulled down all my albums yesterday and started going through them just to find things that might help you to get to know me a little bit better. So I hope that by the end of this few minutes that I'll succeed with that. So things to know about me. Anyone that knows me well knows that I am a genealogist. In fact, you'll see books back there, and most of those have to do with genealogy and family history. I started doing genealogy and family history when I was 17 years old, before I even knew what scrapbooking would become or how much my life would revolve around recording my family history through research that I did and through scrapbooking. They're both forms of family history, and I love that. The thing I love to do, genealogy, and the business that I work in is all about preserving family history and family memories. I raised a big family, and I worked on my family tree all through the years that I was raising my kids, as I had time to do so. And when they were all grown, I decided to go back to college to take a few genealogy classes so I could have more knowledge and then be able to help others who are interested in doing genealogy, and that's been fun. My favorite class in college was paleography, and that's the study of early handwriting and learning how to read it, and also how early paper and books were made and so on. I loved it. I really loved doing that. So I want to share with you, because one of the things I like to do is make family history layouts. I've shared these one other time, so some of you, if you saw that, and that was like 2 years ago. So I do want to share this first one, and I'll see if I can get these straight or if they come out wrong. So it should be, hopefully it looks backwards to me, but I hope it comes through for you. Oh, it does. I can see down there. Okay, there we go. I can see it on my phone. So, oh, it's a little lagging behind, so let's make sure. We're going to go with this way. I hope you can see it. But this is my husband's father. My husband's father was in the Army during World War II, and he was stationed in the Philippines when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor and then moved on to the Philippines. And so he was taken prisoner by the Japanese and had to survive the Bataan Death March, and was a prisoner for 3 years. He was not expected to live. So I loved this. I knew him. He died after we'd been married a few years, but this is his father, Keith. You can see him here after he was released. You can see him here, bone skinny, when he was, when they were liberated from the prison. And I wanted to preserve this memory. This is my husband's mother and father, Keith, and then Elda. And years later, when he was in his 70s, these ex-prisoners of war from that were given some honorary medals. So I wanted to preserve this memory, and I created this layout to do so. I like doing that so that family members can look back at it, and then also include, you know, kind of some of what happened after he came home from the war. He ran for the State House of Representatives in Idaho and won. So he went on to do a little bit of that. So this is a precious family memory that I have. So that's one family history layout. I'll quickly show you one from my side. I descend from a German immigrant family. My maiden name is Harms. This is Gerhard Harms. And I did the research to find his naturalization and immigration records, which I you know, made a copy of and shrunk down and just went ahead and added to the layout. I'm showing you one side right now. And I talked about how he came to America in 1884, along with his wife, Augusta, and their little boy, Henry August, who was 2 years old. And these are my direct ancestors. They're the ones that came from Germany to Missouri, for the ones who are in Missouri. And that's where I was born. And then I eventually moved to California with my family. But I love having these layouts that my children and family members can look at, and also kind of see the results of some of the research work that I do. And then one more, just these were kind of really old, but this one is probably my favorite layout of all time. And it's one I did when my parents' wedding pictures. I still don't know if you're seeing them right, but you'll get the gist. So I had duplicates of these pictures. I went ahead and used the originals of my parents getting married. I love this layout because they met at 14, got married right out of high school, and then had 7 kids and actually passed away 3 days apart. They just couldn't stand to be away from each other. But I love the pictures and the memory that I can have. So anybody who knows me knows I love genealogy. So now you know a little bit more about me too. Okay, I mentioned that I have a big family. So I am mom to 8 kids and grandma to 26 or 7. I think I'm losing count. I need to write them all down again and make a new count. But I think Mia is either 26 or 27. Erin's little baby girl. My best friends are my family, and I'm happiest when I'm with them. But I just wanted to show you my kids. This was a few years ago. I'm a widow. My husband passed away in 2014. And after the stress and strain of that and going through the funeral, we took some family pictures, and it was touching because we were able to smile for those pictures. So I just wanted to show you my kids. I have 4 boys and 4 girls. And I love them all. Many of them work for Kiwi or have worked for Kiwi in the past. So Aaron, David, Adam, Matthew are my sons. Rachel, Sarah, Shiloh, and Amber are my daughters. And between all of them, I have that 26 or 27 grandkids. But family is very important to me. It's the center of my life. And anyone who knows me knows that. So you know that now too. I also like to hang out with my kids. Now, I have kind of two sets of kids. I have the first set. I had like 5 or 6 of them. And then I had a break between pregnancies for a few years, which hadn't ever really happened. And then I had the last couple of ones I called my caboose kids. And they're kind of super crazy kids. We get along really well. We're best friends. But here's some pictures of my tribe. Actually, I was trying to remember which Kiwi Club I used on this, but I looked it up, and it was the May 2019 Kiwi Club. And this is me and Rachel and Matthew. Matthew just got married. Rachel is applying for graduate school and still single. I have one still single. The rest are married, but these are just some crazy pictures. Like I said, selfies. They like to take selfies, and I've just given up. If they say scrunch my face, I scrunch my face. So I've really progressed in how I allow pictures to be taken of myself. So, and then we like to play together, but we also like to work together. And I really love this layout that shows us in our early Idaho days, in our first warehouse with Kiwi Lane. This is me younger, and that's my last child, Matthew, the young one. Susan and David and Jen all worked there, and then we would always let the kids come and help us. So we always had kids coming around. So one of the center of my life, like I said, is family, and whether it's working or playing, that's what we're doing together. And these pictures and memories are precious because of that. Okay, so, oh, one more. Just because I love this layout with the My Tribe paper. This is one side. We went to visit Susan when she was living in South Carolina. And we went to a plantation, Shiloh and Susan and I. And so these were some pictures that I scrapbooked from that. We loved being together. She'd been away for a few months because she moved to South Carolina away from Idaho. So family, are you bored yet? I'm going to check your comments. As I go through these, I want you to think about the ones that you've done for yourself or ones that maybe you could do for yourself, so that you have some pictures in the album that celebrate you, that talk about you and show that things that you love. Let's see, I love that you're in California. I was born there, now I'm in Missouri. Oh, that's interesting. I'm in Texas right now, Wendy, but I grew up in California. I was born in Missouri. I stayed there the first few years of my life, and my parents moved to California. I grew up there in LA, and I'm now in Texas though, so how fun we have that in common. Oh, thank you, Jane. That was nice of you to say. Oh, good, Nikki, not bored at all. Good, because I told Susan, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but I'll do my best. So, okay, so mom to 8 kids, grandma to 26, a genealogist. And then I had to chuckle because I had to remind my son and all my grandkids pretty much that I didn't always have gray hair. I didn't always have gray hair. I had the youngest of my 8 kids, Matthew, when I was 42. He is now 24 on Sunday, I just realized. And he can't actually remember me without my gray hair. I'm not sure Rachel can either. Thankfully, I found a scrapbook layout that proves that when he was little, his mama was a brunette. So this one is from a place that we love to visit in Idaho. Oh, here's the side where you can see me better, called Linder Farm. So we'd go every fall out to the big cornfield. They would have a maze, and they would have hay and pumpkins and sell those little donuts and hot chocolate and cider. And we loved going there. I miss it still, but this is actually me. Here, you can compare. This is Matthew. He was 8 then. Now, remember I said I had him at 42, so that would make me 50 right here. Okay, so, but I still had some brown hair, not maybe as dark as usual. And this is Rachel, my 2 youngest. But this is a fun memory for me, and we loved to do these types of things together. This is quite an old layout. Oh, and I just want to share with you that this was kind of a family outing. So this is Susan with a couple of her kids. And this, oh, no, this is Susan with her twins, and it looks like Riley. And this is Shiloh with some of hers. This is me, my oldest, Amber. These are all some grandkids. It looks like a friend came along. But yeah, it was fun, and it's proof I was not always a gray-haired old mom. He just got the older version, but I tell him all the time, here he is at just before he left for his mission about 3 years ago. He got the better mom. I was more experienced and more patient, so he's lucky he got the gray-haired mom. So Nikki, we must be about the same age. Yeah, I'm 66 for anyone who wants to know. I'm old enough for this young man to start calling me old, so in a sweet way. Okay, so another thing to know about me is that I've been on 2 cruises in my life, It was my husband's dream to go on a cruise. He always wanted to go on a cruise, but we had a large family and we just couldn't afford it. We were pretty much a one income family. I stayed home, take care of them, homeschooled them. And he worked hard for us to support us. So one Christmas, our oldest daughter, Amber, and her husband, Damien, gifted us with a cruise. Really, it was for him. And Carl loved it. And I loved it until the ship was moving. As long as it didn't move, I was having a blast. But the minute it got on the water and started doing this, I was flat out seasick in bed, and he had to kind of fend for himself. So I do have pictures, and this is another one that shows that I was a brunette. This is my husband, Carl, and both of us, it was January, stormy, and that kind of added to the disturbed feeling of my stomach. But we got onto the ship in a rainstorm and it cleared up some. This is me, brunette, proof again. And the other side is us. This is really our 30th wedding anniversary. So it's actually been quite a while. We married a lot longer than that. But this was fun. I really enjoyed making this kind of buoy type thing. This was a super fun. Looks like the journey set. That was my first one. I didn't have that great of an experience. It was great when it wasn't moving, but I spent a lot of time sick. So, but then my second cruise was quite a different experience. That was our Kiwi cruise. Some of you were on it. I loved it. I had learned about ginger capsules by then and made sure I brought those. They seemed to work well for me because I didn't actually get sick on this one. And I think I remember sharing some of those with Jody. I think it was Jody that was just so sick. I felt so bad for her, but I shared some of those capsules with her. But another picture of the three of us and the ship. And this was, let's see, May 2021, Summer Love and Kiwi Club kit. And then some more pictures. We had a good time and it was so beautiful. The food was delicious. The ship was beautiful. I didn't get sick. We had a fun Kiwi event there, and I am more than ready to go back on another cruise. So my bad cruise experience ended with a good cruise experience, and now I'm a fan of cruises. So I'm not sure I'll get my daughter Rachel on one, though. She's kind of terrified of water, so we may not do that family type thing. Another thing to know about me is that I love to see and experience new places. If I could, I would travel more because I love being in a new place and getting to know it. Maybe that's why I've moved so many times since getting married. My husband was in the military when we had two little ones. He joined the military. And then we eventually were sent to Germany for 3 years. And I had two children born there. David, Susan's husband, was born in Germany, and so was Shiloh. And while there, we got to go to Switzerland and visit Bavaria. And of course, the German area around us in Heilbronn and Stuttgart, where we were. So I kind of caught I like to see new places bug. Going there. And so when we did Kiwi shows throughout the US, my favorite part was taking a few hours when we could explore the city we were in. We couldn't always do that. Time was really tight. We were trying to get home to our families. But one of my favorite places that we visited, not the show itself. The show itself was in the basement of a big building and the AC had gone out, and Susan had a 5-week-old little Eli with us, and we were sweating buckets the whole show. But afterwards, no matter how hot it got, we got to tour around Philadelphia some. I love American history, and I loved being here. This was my favorite kind of trip that we took for shows and then sightseeing afterwards. So this is me and David in Philadelphia and some of the fun exhibits and such that we saw. I don't know if any of you have ever had the chance to go or if you live in that area, but this is also David and Susan back then. That would be a few years ago. And then of course, Susan, Shiloh, and I, founders of Kiwi Lane, but also family. Shiloh is my daughter, Susan is my daughter-in-law, and I'm the mom grandma. So I loved that. And I still like to travel and look around and experience different places. We moved to Texas 2 years ago, and Rachel and I started trying to visit some of the places. We did get to visit Waco. My daughter Sarah lives here, so the three of us went to Waco. We're big fans of that. And then also, the silos and everything. We've been there a couple of times now, taking family there. And we enjoyed that very much. And then more recently, for my birthday in March, Rachel and I took a trip to the Alamo, or it's to San Antonio. So we visited the Alamo, and you'll see our COVID masks on and everything. We had never been there. Of course, history again is so interesting. So we went to the Alamo. There's one side and the other. And we also visited the river walk there, and it wasn't spring, didn't have all the trees in bloom, but it was beautiful. So there's Rachel and I, and the river walk, if you haven't ever seen that, it's amazing. So I wanted to make sure and scrapbook those memories. And this Rachel and doing her selfie, she's a selfie pro. I just stand and do what she says. So, but it was beautiful, even in the early, kind of late winter, early spring. And this one also, we found a very interesting gentleman, and he let me take a picture of him. We have some fond memories of this, and we look forward to traveling more. COVID's kind of clipped our wings. We didn't get to see as many things as we would have liked to by now, but we're looking forward to seeing more things. Just recently went to David and Susan's in July in North Carolina, and really loved being there. I love going to new places. So, okay, like 2 more things, and then I'll let you go. So anyone who knows me well knows that I got into natural remedies and herbal things way back. Brian, David, Shiloh, Adam. So I have to count kids to know where I was. So Matthew wasn't born yet. Rachel was the baby. So about 30 years ago. And when I started using herbal remedies, and one of the other things I like to do is be at the births of my grandchildren. I love being at births. In my next life, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be a midwife. And I've been able to be at the births of a large number of them if I'm near enough and can be there. We've also had several home births. My youngest, Matthew, is a home birth, and I have several home birth grandchildren. So I just wanted to share. It's always fun to keep memories of that. This one actually was a hospital birth. My daughter, Amber, she's my oldest and has like 10 kids. So this was Gideon, little one there, and that's me. And we went and stayed. I remember Susan and Shiloh came and did some little fun. I should have found the video. Did some little fun dances and singing to keep Amber entertained. That's embarrassing stuff. Fun memories. That's what these are for. You pull out these pictures and see all the fun memories. So this was just a fun layout to do. These are sisters holding their little new brother Gideon, and mom and me as we loved on the sweet baby too. So anytime I can be at the birth of a grandchild or any type of thing like that, that's such a special moment for me. Okay, I'm to Kiwi now. Kiwi is a big part of my life. I'm really blessed to work with family in a business that we love. Like I said, I'm a widow, and my husband's health for the last 20 years of his life made it clear that I would have to provide for my family after he was gone. And I've been a mom raising kids and homeschooling them. And that was a little scary to think about. But Kiwi Lane is what the Lord provided to help me do that. And it's always been a blessing to me. Over the last 12 years, my daughter Shiloh, my daughter-in-law Susan, and I have grown really close as we've worked together to grow Kiwi Lane with the help of so many others. It's just this huge team effort. And so every year it was our birthday tradition to take a picture of the three of us. That stopped when Susan moved east and I moved to Texas, but I found a couple that I want to share with you. These were always so fun. They're some of my fondest memories, but this was our 5th birthday, which would have been 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 2014. And we just found this little barn not too far away from the office and just kind of trespassed and went over and took some pictures with it. Again, I learned to just go with the flow on pictures. And here, I remember these vividly. So crazy pictures, fun times. And then I have this other one, which is kind of one of my favorites. It was our 8th birthday. So what did I say for that one? 14. So 2017. I like this one. I'll show you why. So this is like, we always had a picture of the three of us together so that we can use it on pictures and just have those fun memories together. But we can get really goofy. So this one reminds me of how fun it is to be with these wonderful ladies and how crazy, crazy it's been over the years to just be a part of Kiwi together. You can't see, but cakes fell to the ground, got smashed in faces, and somebody was there snapping pictures. I don't even remember who, but we ended up all clean and taking the picture together for 8th birthday. Kiwi Lane is a huge part of my life. This is where I get a little teary. I tell myself not to, but you know, important things usually bring out the tears to me. But I needed it. The Lord provided it. We've worked hard and we couldn't have done any of what we've done without the support and help of so many others, you who are our Kiwi people and family and those who work with us and our creative partners and everybody. So I have this one page layout that I did of one of our, this was in 2013, so 9, 10, 11, only 4 years after we started. We were still doing shows, I think, at that time. It's black and white. I have a color one too, but this was just not too long after we moved to Idaho. We were in different states. Well, Susan and I were in Cedar City, Utah, when we started Kiwi, and Shiloh was in Nevada, and we all wanted to congregate in the same state together so we can continue to grow Kiwi. So we all moved to Idaho. Shiloh was in Idaho then. We moved there, and I love this picture, just the three of us. I remember it was taken by Shiloh's husband, Jim, so we were just letting him snap pictures. But I journaled on this, and I want to share this with you to end, try to get through this without being the emotional person that I am. On this little tag, I said, I remember when Shiloh was born. She was such a beautiful, tiny little baby and a wonderful woman now. And I remember when I first met Susan, my son David brought her home to meet me, and I knew she would become part of our family because she made him happy. But I never knew all those years ago how much I would come to love them both and how close we would become. I am so blessed to call them daughters, friends, and partners. And I'm so blessed to call us Kiwi. So I'm a genealogist. I'm a mom of 8 and a grandma to 26 or 27. I haven't always had gray hair. I've been on 2 cruises in my life, one that was hard and one that I loved. I love to see and experience new places. I love being at the birth of my grandbabies, and I am blessed to work with family in a business that we love called Kiwi Lane, and so happy to be a part of it with all of you. I hope you have gotten to know me better through these memories and layouts, and I hope that you will take the challenge to create a layout that helps others get to know more about you and then share it with us. Like I said, the older I get, I want to leave something behind. And if I'm only the one taking the pictures, but I'm not in the pictures, or I'm not creating layouts that tell about me, then those coming after me won't get to know me as well as I would like them to. So I really love this challenge. I think it's really important. And I hope that you will participate in it, go through your layouts or create a layout that celebrates you. Let me check the messages, the comments real quick. I kind of have just been looking at the pictures. I'm so glad you guys are putting up with me for just sharing some family memories and layouts. And actually, it was really wonderful to go back and open up the scrapbooks. Sometimes I get busy and I don't do that as often as I should. So it was lovely to go back through and find some of these memories. Jeanette, now you're emotional. Yeah, I have trouble talking about family without getting emotional. So Nikki, thanks so much. I appreciate all of your comments. Remember, the deadline to enter all the challenges is August 25th at 11:59 p.m. I hope you will celebrate 12 years with us by participating and maybe being one of the lucky winners for some pretty nice prizes. It's been great to be with you today. Thank you so much for joining me. And I hope you have a really lovely day. Thanks, you guys. Bye-bye.